Hello everyone, this is our next chapter, chapter 15 of level 1. Here we will discuss about human brain. What is this? What are the function, parts, conditions, and main thing, important thing is what are brain waves. So the human brain is the central part of the nervous system. It is the command center where inputs from sensory organs get converted into outputs. On average, the human brain weighs about 1.4 kilograms. It makes up about 2% of our body weight. The male brain has an average volume of 1274 cubic centimeter, while the female brain has an average volume of 1131 cubic centimeter. The cerebrum, which is in the front area, makes up 85% of the brain weight. Our brain consists of about 86 billion nerve cells or neurons. They are called grey matter. The brain also has about the same number of non-neuronal cells. They are called white matter. This is the structure of our brain. Our brain is divided into three parts: forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Parts of human brain. The human brain is divided into the following parts depending upon their position. All the parts of the brain work together, but each part has its own special properties. The brain structure is composed of three main parts: the forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. The brain is also divided into several lobes: the frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, and occipital lobe. Forebrain, this is also known as prosencephalon. It is home to sensory processing, endocrine structures, and higher reasoning. The biggest part of the brain is the forebrain, which includes cerebrum, thalamus, hypothalamus, pituitary gland, limbic system, and olfactory bulb. Thalamus, brain switchboard. It is a sensory waste station. It filters and then relays information to various brain regions. The main function of the thalamus is to relay motor and sensory signals to the cerebral cortex. All sensory information except smell related data must go through the thalamus on the way to the cerebrum. Next is hypothalamus. It lies under the thalamus and helps to control the pituitary gland and the autonomic nervous system. Pituitary gland is a very important gland which is related with our third eye, which help in the meditation. The hypothalamus plays an important role in regulating activities, internal organs, monitoring information from the autonomic nervous system, regulating body temperature, and biological drives such as hunger, thirst, sleep, etc. Next is hippocampus, the amygdala, and the septum. The limbic system processes emotional experience and emotional memory. It is involved in our behavioral and emotional responses. This system includes the amygdala, hippocampus, thalamus, hypothalamus, basal ganglia, and cingulate gyrus. It can also be found in fishes, amphibians, reptiles, and mammals. Cerebrum, this is the biggest part of the brain, controls complexes, processes such as abstract thought and learning, perception, intelligence, reasoning, emotion, thought, and planning. The wrinkled, highly folded outer layer of the cerebrum is termed the cerebral cortex. The cerebrum is divided into right and left hemisphere that are connected by an arc of white matter called the corpus callosum. Broca's area, it is located in the frontal lobe, important in the production of speech. Then Rinkel's area, it is the comprehension of language and the production of meaningful speech. Lobes of the cerebrum, frontal lobe, a motor area involved in movement and in planning and coordinating behavior. Parietal lobe, sensory processing, attention and language. Temporal lobe, auditory perception, speech and complex visual perceptions. In occipital lobe, it is a visual center that plays a role in processing visual information. Next is midbrain. This is the part of the brain that lies between the hindbrain and the forebrain. The midbrain is the topmost part of the brainstem. The midbrain helps us to locate events in space like astral projection or OBE, out of body experience. There are three main parts of the midbrain: the colliculi, the tegmentum, and the cerebral peduncles. It also contains a system of neurons that releases the neurotransmitter dopamine. It is associated with vision, hearing, motor control, sleep, and fullness. It performs important function in motor movement like movement of the eye and in auditory and visual processing. It is also called mesencephalon. Next is hindbrain. It consists of medulla, pons, and the cerebellum. The medulla lies next to the spinal cord, controlling functions outside conscious control such as breathing and blood flow. It also controls vital reflexes such as heartbeat and respiration. For autonomic, involuntary functions ranging from vomiting to sneezing. The pons affect activities such as waking, sleeping, and dreaming. The cerebellum receives information from the sensory system, the spinal cord, and other parts of the brain, and then regulates motor movement. The cerebellum coordinates voluntary movements such as posture, coordination, balance, and speech, resulting in smooth and balanced muscular activities. Brainwaves. Brainwaves are defined as the rhythmic fluctuation of the electrical potential between parts of the brain as seen in EEG. To measure brainwave, electrodes are placed onto the scalp using the EEG. There are four types of brainwave: alpha, beta, theta, and delta. Beta, awake, normal alert; alpha, relaxed, calm, meditation, creative visualization; theta, deep relaxation and very good for meditation, problem solving; and delta means deep sleep stage, dream left sleep. So some question arises from this chapter. It is very interesting chapter, which is the biggest part of the human brain. Where can you find the medulla of the human brain? What is the weight of the human brain? What are brain waves? What are the parts of the hindbrain? And what percentage of the human brain is used? So we will meet again tomorrow in our next chapter. Thank you very much.